to be on the edge of control.
I like the speed. I like the battles, defying the odds. I want to be champion.
Welcome back to Rowrah in Cumbria, where we have 4 finals in this programme, and first up it's going to be Senior Rotax, where last time out at Wilton Mill it was Sean Butcher who took the win from pole position. So let's go straight away and join your race commentator Jake Sanson and see how they've all qualified this time. And Jake, is Sean dominating again?
I wouldn't say dominating, he's definitely pole position, but Lewis Gilbert is right there for the fight, as are Kai Hunter and Charlie Turner. Alex Eads and George Holbrook, Louis Harvey and John Knox, Tristan Rennie and Alex Baker rounding up the top 10, then Lewis Jones and Ian Sisson, Ryan Garvey and Chaz Heighton from Ben Casey and Oscar Hoole, Oliver Meadows, Les Taylor, George Smith and Max Fitton, and then Tyler Jex and Lewis Smith from Ewan McKenna, Hawthorne, Lewis, Miller, Gilly, Dunsmore, LaFlamme and Nathan Hope from James Lowther, Jamie Keats and Max Davies. And here we go into the first corner, and that's Kai Hunter launching through to get into second position straight away, as in behind the Australian Sean Butcher. It is now Hunter in second. We're on board with Louis Harvey for Argenti Motorsport. Let's see what he can do as he charges in behind Alex Eads. And we look back from the 360-degree camera as we battle away in position. Very exciting stuff early out of the blocks. Lewis Gilbert giving chase to Kai Hunter.
It was remiss of us at round one not to mention, Jake, that Charlie Turner in fourth there with the yellow bodywork, easy to spot. Started P30 on the grid, finished 7th by the end of the race, and hardly got a mention by us, so we weren't quite on our game that day, but it did demonstrate what he was capable of.
Here's Harvey on the inside of Alex Eads for the brand new Guy Cunnington Racing team, but Eads is going to get straight back on the inside of the chicane with a little bit of support from George Holbrook. So Holbrook nudges Eads through there because he can get himself an opportunity on the inside of Harvey. Harvey now dives on the inside of Eads instead. Holbrook gets there, Knox gets there as well, I think. So a brilliant bit of racecraft there in the middle of the pack. But look at the top 4, they're well clear. Butcher, Hunter, Gilbert, Turner, they've left the battle for 5th position to squabble away amongst itself. And you've got Harvey, Eads, Holbrook, Knox, Rennie, Baker, Jones, Sisson, Garvey and Heighton and Meadows all in the mix of that. Look at this absolute freight train.
Incredible, but the front 4, well, they're just loving it. You guys get on with your own little race and leave us to battle for the podium spots.
So really exciting racecraft from these guys, and now we've got the 27 of Butcher in second because Kai Hunter's got into the lead. So Hunter has got through and taken the fastest lap. His brother Reese, of course, is now a team manager watching from the sidelines as his brother races for another team. So he's actually for once against his brother, not just in the same awning, but actually in a different operation. So Kai Hunter, 46.1, as he takes the fastest lap and the lead of the race. What can Sean Butcher do about it? Well, we'll find out later because this is Holbrook on Harvey for P5. George Holbrook gets into P5, so a nice bit of overtaking there as he now gets one step closer to the quartet. A little bit of a trip up from Sean Butcher, getting pressure there as he closes in on Hunter, and that's enough to open up the door for Charlie Turner. He gets through on Lewis Gilbert. Charlie Turner, former British king of Senior Rotax, he is there doing a fantastic job in 3rd position. A great run.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to him at the opening round, but obviously finished 30th in the pre-finals, so started that final 30th, but in coming through to 7th, not really getting a mention by us, to be fair. I sort of noticed it watching it back. I thought, I don't think we even mentioned Charlie Turner once as he came from 30th to 7th, but did show his quality.
Oh!
And we got one driver taking a load of dust on the outside of the track, off on the green stuff and losing places.
Yeah, we'll have to find out who it is, but it was definitely one of the contenders up in that battle for 5th position. I think it was about the middle of the train. So we'll pick up who it is that's fallen down the wayside. But out in front, it is Kai Hunter in front of Sean Butcher, then Charlie Turner and Lewis Gilbert. The warning flag comes from the 11 of Baker. So I wonder if it was the... Yeah, I think it was Baker that actually fell off the road there. So it was the 11 of Alexander Baker.
That's a bit tough.
Yeah.
Get a warning for going off.
That's absolutely
not for being
well,
punted off.
I guess maybe they must have seen something we didn't about how that incident started,
Maybe.
but otherwise that's basically like being kicked in the shins when you've already been given a black eye.
That's another great move by Alex Eads down the inside on the 161 on our cameraman Louis Harvey to come out of the S's. Left-hand kink just... Well, we were just coming up to it. The cart goes really light as you go through that left-hand kink.
Yeah, two of the newest teams in British karting as well. Alex Eads for Guy Cunnington Racing, the team that's obviously run by last year's Miami Euro Series title winner, and obviously Argenti Motorsport under the measure is on the inside. That is Meadows going through, Ollie Meadows making the move. And of course it is Michael Meadows from Mercedes-AMG F1 Petronas that runs the Argenti Motorsport operation, the number 3 man in the F1 team. So they're obviously keeping an eye on the future generations of Hamiltons and Bottases out there. And there's plenty of great talent in the Argenti. Oh, big move! Big move for the lead from Sean Butcher. Came from
Quality.
1,000 yards back by the look of it.
Quality.
Absolutely stunning move from the Aussie. That was a launch and a half. That was proper Danny Rick, wasn't it?
We've been watching him since he was a cadet, Jake, and he's really coming to his own. I'm really pleased to see he's not moved on to those big things. What do you call them?
Oh, you mean the large things?
Cars.
Oh, yeah, those things.
Really pleased to see that. I'm pleased that he's still in karting. But his quality, it really is, and he's showing it. Showed it at round 1, showing it today.
Well, Sean, for me, as up the inside goes Tristan Rennie, he gets the move there on Harvey. For me, Sean Butcher is definitely of the talent and capability to become a karting world champion. I think he can do it. He needs the right funding, he needs the right backing to get him into one of the big teams on the continent, but I think he can win the whole thing. He's got that calibre.
You know, I know we don't have gearbox here at UKC, but I think he's the type of driver that, given a test day with Andy Fairless, if Andy's listening, give this kid a test day in a gearbox car, because I'd love to see him in that. I think if he goes into that, he's going to be the one to beat. And
let's be fair, we only have 2 British drivers in gearbox karting at the moment. The only 2 drivers that we have are Oliver Gemmell and Hannah Lang, and they're very competitive in KZ2.
You're talking about out in Europe, obviously.
That's right, yeah.
We've got them here in the UK, but yeah, I mean, I would really love him to have a go at gearbox karting just to see how he gets on. I think he'd be quality in that. I mean, to be fair, if you can drive anything, you can drive a car, you can drive anything basically.
And gearbox karting really is the extreme. I mean, Formula 1 drivers go and have a muck about in gearbox karting to get their training levels up. So that just shows you how intense it is. Gilbert back into 3rd place, by the way, completely unnoticed by me. Gilbert back into 3rd place on Charlie Turner. So those 2 still having a great race of it. But Butcher and Hunter, they have checked out from those 2 behind, Gilbert and Turner. Hunter with the new fastest lap, a 45.6 from him. And in 5th place trying to catch them is George Holbrook. Then we've got Eads and Rennie. Tristan Rennie doing a fantastic job, having worked his way through the ranks. And he's there, of course, now in Senior Rotax. Doesn't seem like yesterday that I was watching him as a whippersnapper in Honda Cadet, Tristan Rennie, and here he is in Senior Rotax. Yeah. They grow quick.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely.
Oh, it's for the lead. Up the inside. Hunter's been pitching for the moment. And there he goes on the inside of Sean Butcher, takes back the lead.
Kai Hunter coming into this championship. I had Kai Hunter penciled in as my championship favourite. But, I mean, you know, he's capable, no doubt about it. But, I don't know, Sean Butcher has done his best to make me change my mind so far. And I would say, looking at things the way things stand at the moment, Butcher probably is. If there was a bookmaker making a book on this, they'd probably have Butcher as the championship favourite right now, but you can never write off this man out front, Kai Hunter.
Yeah, Sean Butcher's a very versatile racer. He's been very quick in X30, very quick in Rotax. He's been at the sharp end of both for a fair few seasons now. So he's genuinely got good pace and good credence. Oh, cheeky little move in the midfield there. Couldn't quite pick up on who that was. That's unfortunately the drone never misses a moment, but we need flashing neon lights really to pick up these moves. That looked to me like one of the Sodis in the mix there. That was getting a move back to the front. Butcher is right in there with Kai Hunter as they continue to quest the way up and over the top of the rise. Through that chicane, it is very much the British karting equivalent of Eau Rouge up to Radillon. And it is a fabulous, fabulous challenge for any kart racer and any kart mechanic to get the setup right to nail it and meet the challenge.
Sean Butcher having an opportunity here to have a look at Kai Hunter, staying with him, keeping him honest, no doubt, and he'll be eyeing up the opportunities, and there are plenty of them on this track. He'll just be thinking now, it's not a case of if he's going to go past, Jake, it's a case of when. When is he going to take the opportunity with just over 5 3/4 minutes or under 5 3/4 minutes on the clock?
And these 2 are ruthless racers that will not give an inch. So what will the consequences of their duel be as well? Because you've got Lewis Gilbert right there in 3rd, Charlie Turner 4th, George Holbrook just sets the fastest lap of the race in P5, 45.599 for him. So these 3 have a chance to snatch something if these 2 get ugly out front as well. So it's all going to be about when Butcher has his first whiff of an opportunity. Now, from his point of view, he may want to decide to play the long game here. Just sit in behind Kai Hunter, make him sweat, make him do all the hard work, just look after the tyres, keep the engine temperatures nice and reasonable, and then make the push in the closing stages. But with those three behind, very close together, you can't just bank on that strategy. You've got to be fluid and hope that there's an opportunity to make the move on Kai Hunter before those three catch up.
Yeah, with the time on the clock, are they close enough in third? Well, they probably are with the amount of time left on the clock if they start battling out front. But I think these two out front are way too experienced to allow those in third and beyond to even get close to them now. The win is between these two, so long as they don't have a coming together, and I think both of them are so experienced and so respectful of each other's qualities that they're never going to have a coming together in the final stages. Will they go for it given half a chance? Of course they will. The racing drivers, Sean Butcher particularly.
Holbrook on Turner
as well.
Holbrook on Turner, he gets through into fourth position there, so George Holbrook now makes the move on Charlie Turner. As we watch the battle, oh, a little bit further back. That wasn't so much an overtake, more of a bucking bronco as they went through the Stuart S's there. Goodness me, drivers going for moves and just finding a little bit too much adhesion as they come through the right-hander. So when is Butcher going to make this challenge? As you say with these two, you know, they are two of the most hard and fearless racers out there, but two of the nicest young lads as well. They really do love their sport, they love their karting. They absolutely live and breathe it. Yeah. You'll never get more helpful kids in the paddock, more informative.
And the Hunters as well, they bought Warden Law up in the northeast, Jake,
yep,
and they are turning that into what I think Dad Hunter called the PF International of the North. Everyone knows that PF International in the UK, as we get a warning for Kart 41, everyone knows that PF International in the UK is the kart circuit with the best facilities, and the Hunters invested in Warden Law last year. They bought Warden Law and they're in the process of turning that into an amazing facility up there. It's a fantastic circuit anyway for racing on, fantastic racetrack, always has been. It's now under the Motorsport UK banner once more, and you know, the changes that they're making to the circuit up there are amazing. It's going to be an amazing place in the next 18 months, 2 years.
And of course it will be our season finale in the Ultimate Karting Championship on the final weekend of October. It'll be really exciting. I haven't seen a proper race at Warden Law since about 1998 in the Champions of the Future days. That's a long time ago. So fabulous to see that they are back in the action again. Over the line, Hunter and Butcher, a tenth of a second apart. Holbrook's up to third now. I'm so busy watching these two. Holbrook's got into third past Gilbert. Now Butcher goes on the inside. That'll do nicely as Sean Butcher takes the lead with 2 minutes 15 on the clock. And that is an interesting manoeuvre there. I think Kai will be a bit surprised that Sean Butcher's gone for it that early into the closing stages.
No, I don't think he wants to leave it till really late in the race, because he knows that Hunter would be more than capable of defending a position. If it gets down with 2 to go, Hunter will be defending for his life. It'll be a lot more difficult to get past then. So I think he's taken the opportunity, seen the opportunity, he's going for it, and now it's up to Sean Butcher to hold on out front.
Well, we all know that a well-placed KR Sport Cosmic can be about as wide as 3 double-decker buses if they're positioned correctly. And in the hands of Sean Butcher, who is so masterful at placement around the circuit, knows where to position the car so that he can control the line. And the trick here essentially is to make sure that you've still got a fast trajectory to the apex while also not leaving a lot of room for the driver to come through. You want to place it as close to the middle of the road as humanly possible, because if you're in the middle, driver can't get the inside line, can't get the outside line either. You're just parking it in the middle, and it's like a very fast-moving roadblock. You can put the car right in the middle of the circuit, still get decent line through the apex yourself, but you're essentially limiting what the driver behind can use as an opportunity to pass.
Holbrook there, he's just eked out a bit of a gap over Gilbert and Turner, so I think third, fourth and fifth are pretty much set, but who's going to take the win? Less than a minute left.
Charlie Turner, of course, there in 5th position on the yellow chassis, but wearing the overalls when he represented Great Britain in the Rotax finals out in Europe. He was battling away. Look at this, Butcher now checking over his right shoulder. He knows that Hunter's going to be there, and he knows that he's running out of laps. This is what we were talking about. Butcher just trying to hold on to this now, but Kai Hunter is the kind of driver who's not going to be backed into a corner. He will create a gap, he will find the space, and he will use all the road and a little bit more to make sure that he can get through.
Yeah, now he's defending Butcher. 2 laps to go as they go across the line. This is the penultimate lap they're on now. He's going to have to defend from here to the line.
I absolutely love this. When you got 2 drivers as quick as each other, the leader holding back second place. This is the fastest game of chess you will ever see in your whole life. Where do you position the car? And oh, round the outside. A big lunge from Hunter, but that was so tactical from Butcher. Place him there on the outside, get the drive up the back straight, hold on to the inside line. Now he's going to do it again into the stewardesses. You're forcing frustration and irritation now from Kai Hunter.
Now look at Holbrook. Holbrook's getting closer in 3rd place. He's going to be right on them on this last lap.
What was that you were saying about this race being just between these two? Holbrook now thinks he's got a chance, and now side by side again. Butcher holds on. Holbrook's got an opportunity. I can win this, he thinks, as we go into the last lap. Up and over the crest in the chicane. Gilbert sat there in 4th position. He could get something pretty special if this spices up. And now Hunter's got an extra weapon in his arsenal. He's got Holbrook, who'll want to get through there as well.
Holbrook's about to win Sean Butcher the race, because now Kai Hunter's got to think about Holbrook behind him, not just about overtaking. He's had a look, he knows he's there now. He's going to have to fend off his teammate.
Yeah, there's no way back now. I think that's it. Even though he's right on him, he's going to need a massive gamble. And the percentage ratio of it working is going to be so slim. This is all about Butcher, where he positions the car in the final turn. He's right there. He's getting a little bit of assistance from Hunter through the turn, but it's too late. Butcher's going to have it. Lovely, beautiful defensive moves from Sean Butcher. Made the overtake at the right time, kept his maneuver, kept his positioning. And that's how you steal a victory from the jaws of potential defeat. Excellent work from Sean Butcher. He takes the victory ahead of Kai Hunter and George Holbrook, the DHR teammates. Lewis Gilbert 4th in front of Charlie Turner. Alex Eads is 6th ahead of Tristan Rennie. And then Louis Harvey, John Knox and Lewis Jones for Ultimate R complete the top 10. But a great performance from Sean Butcher, who snatches victory over the DHR twins by an absolute whisker.
Well, what a fantastic race there in the Senior Rotax. Sean Butcher and Kai Hunter must have traded places at least half a dozen times in that one, but in the finish it was so close on the line. Sean Butcher just taking it though. Great stuff from him. Let's go and see what he had to say when I caught up with him at the podium.
It was a much harder one this time, I think. Kai worked us really hard for it, but we managed to see him out and see it to the end of the race, so I'm really happy with it. Yeah,
it was fantastic. Yourself and Kai seem to be trading places through most of that, and you know, at what point in the race did you kind of start to think, I can do him, I've got the pace?
The second time I went back in on him, I thought I had the pace because I could stick with him a lot easier than he could stick with me, I think. So we gave it a crack, we went in and yeah, we just saw him out, we defended where we needed to and then got the little gap towards the last lap and just cracked on from there.
Brilliant. Well, the next one's in Larkpool, I think in 4 or 5 weeks' time, and you must be looking forward to that now.
Yeah, I really like the track, so we're obviously on a high going into it, so I think we'll give it another crack.
Sean, best of luck. We'll see you at that one. Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Well, one thing's for sure, the Senior Rotax battle's definitely heating up at the sharp end. Sean Butcher has 20 points on Lewis Gilbert, but Kai Hunter and George Holbrook are getting quicker all the time. Alex Eads consistent, Tristan Rennie strong, Louis Harvey and Charlie Turner scoring points in the top 10. John Knox and Lewis Jones now dead level for P9 in a very close battle.
Well, the UKC delivering once again on the racing action. And the good news, there's more still to come.